Welcome to Understanding Indicators, an educational video series brought to you by Strategic Trading. Our presentation today will focus on the second part of our series on the MACD. For a copy of the complete series on the MACD, please visit our website or send an email request to support@strategictrading.net. Please take a moment to pause the video and read the disclaimer. In this presentation, we are going to look at the signal line crossing over the MACD line. Let's look at this Apple 5-minute chart with two moving averages and the MACD in the panel below. The two moving averages that we have are exponential moving averages. The green line represents a 12 exponential moving average, and the purple line is a 26 exponential moving average. Now let's take a look at our MACD. The purple line is the MACD line, and the green line is the signal line. We are going to focus our interest in this presentation on the points where these two lines cross. On this specific chart, you will find that the lines actually cross in three different places. Let's take a look at the first one that has the number 1 next to it with the red circle around it. This is a rather interesting crossing because the signal line not only crosses over the MACD line to the downside, but it also crosses over the zero line at the same time, heading lower. So consequently, when this happens, we would expect prices to drop. You will observe at this point here that as the signal line drops below the MACD line and below the zero line, that is indicating that momentum is increasing to the downside. And sure enough, when that happens, what we tend to see is that prices start to drop. And take a look here, prices did in fact drop. Now let's take a look at the second crossing here, in the second circle right here, and we will find that here the signal line actually crosses over and starts to move above the MACD line. In this case, we see that momentum is shifting to the upside, and we would expect prices to do the same. And sure enough, if we go to the chart and take a look at the candles, prices do in fact start to move back up a little bit. Now, as the signal line progresses and it crosses the zero line to the side above the zero line, prices continue their ascent and prices continue to increase. Now, once again here, when we take a look at the third circle, we find that the signal line is actually crossing over to the downside. Once again, it crosses over the MACD line and drops below it. Once again, this is signaling for us that momentum is decreasing in terms of the up move and prices are likely to drop. Now, just because the lines continue to move lower does not always mean that they may continue to drop all the way down below the zero line. Sometimes the movement will come to the zero line and then reverse once again and start heading up. So we have to be very careful, and we always have to look at a variety of different indicators and closely monitor the price action before we make any trading decisions. Nevertheless, the signal line crossing over the MACD line is always an important point for us to look at, and it helps us to focus on what is happening in the market. So that is it for our second indicator or the second element of the MACD indicator that we like to look at, the signal line crossing over the MACD line. There are a number of other key things that we look at. We invite you to visit our website to get the complete series on the MACD.